R&B Money. We up. Tank. J Valentine. We are the authorities on all things R&B.
What's going on? It's your boy Tank. This is the R&B Money podcast. Again, I'm Tank. This is J Valentine. We are the authorities on R&B. And in the building.
You got the other authority on R&B, nigga.
True.
These are facts.
These are facts.
They gonna find out.
Don't at me.
They're gonna find out today.
Let's go.
My brother Affion is in the building, man. And
Yes.
he's a family member, he's a friend, so this is nothing about this will be formal. We'll try to give you some formal information.
Can't promise you nothing.
We can't promise you nothing between all of the madness, because it'll just take a turn and we just never know where it's gonna go. We wanna start off right here.
Yeah, kick it off.
Come on, knees. Talk about it.
Oh, shit.
First of all, these are
Hey, man.
Knees and thigh meats.
these are nice quads. These are for those in attendance. Okay. All right. I do legs. I don't skip leg day. That's what these shorts are about. These shorts are to promote never skip leg day. You want to give them a quad? No, you probably don't. You part Asian.
Right.
I think it's dope, man. Because with also to tag onto that, the verses, like I feel like what you and Spice do with verses is I won't say as important as verses, but it's pretty. There's a
necessity.
There's a necessity,
especially right now, because as much as we all love the music, as we're watching,
It's hilarious.
There's always some funny in
It's
it.
hilarious, bro. And it gives you guys give a place to go after for commentary.
Right.
Right? Like, because people want to kind of get their shit off still online.
Yeah.
And it's funny because if you watch the verses, it's all praise for the most part, right? You have a couple of niggas in there. You got a few ignorants in there.
But see, this is the problem of where we are as a society right now. It's like there are those of us, including myself, Tony Baker, like we'll joke in the comments. And other people be like, why y'all disrespecting the moment? Why y'all?
Yeah.
It's like, first of all, we are here because we esteem these people.
Right. Yes.
Period. Like, let's just call it what it is. But we're comedians.
right.
Yeah. Well, I'm not a comedian. I be in there saying reckless.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
And I know
black people are comedians.
Yeah.
By our culture as a whole, we say funny shit. And we knew that the shoe was gonna come flying off with Patty. We knew everyone had a pie joke. You know what I mean? Everybody had, oh, look at Gladys' outfit. Yo, she got the church glitter on. The sequence is popping. You know, niggas is gonna say shit. We talk about our aunties who we love.
For sure.
You know what I mean?
For sure. And I think you and Spice give more of a safe place, a safer place.
A safer place too.
To just have fun.
Have
Yeah.
fun.
Like, you know, even though verse is supposed to be fun, and sometimes it kind of gets a little serious, like you said in the comment section of like, yeah, like,
And depending
these
on
guys are comedians. They, you know what I mean? Like everybody got a joke.
and depending on the chemistry of the people that's in the verses,
right.
sometimes they too cool. And you know, it gets a little boring or it gets a little monotonous because they trying to out-cool each other.
Yeah.
And that's not as entertaining. You know what I mean? So you gotta have a little life in there and, you know, not take yourself so seriously. So me and Spice just, we right after verses, we turn it all the way up. We don't.
The fact that y'all got that type of chemistry working with each other without knowing each other before this is the craziest thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh, y'all didn't know each other before?
Yeah.
We still have never met in person.
Get the fuck out of here. No, stay. Stay.
We never met in person, dog. I'm just a fan of his comedy. I didn't even know he was a football player before because I don't really follow football like that. But
I didn't know he was a football. He was like a professional footballer?
Yeah.
What did he play for?
from the NFL.
I think he might have played for like the Falcons or somebody like that. But like, no, he was like a lineman.
No, because what's crazy is that when I saw him hitting the bag,
He's like, oh, he's
I was like
happy.
this. I was like, no, he can fight.
He got hands.
Yeah.
I was like, he can actually fight. That's not like he not.
No, he got hands.
He taking his time.
form.
He got form. He doing the whole thing. I said,
Footwork.
I said, Spice Adams is funny, but he might fuck you up, like in real life.
in actual life.
In actual life.
And he got the weight, and he's getting his weight down, but he still got them.
Got the weight.
That fat man bone.
Hell yeah.
You know what I mean?
Come across your chin. So you've never met Spice Adams?
We've never met in person.
Where is he at?
Detroit.
Wow. Okay. Okay.
So I just was already a fan. And you know how it is with anything, whether it's like how you and Jamie, when Jamie first discovered you, he was like, this guy has something that's similar to my thing, and we need to work together.
Yeah.
Right.
You can see that somebody has your rhythm and has your DNA. So that's when I saw him and he was a fan of mine too, we just automatically clicked.
So was Babyface and Teddy Riley the first one?
The first one. Because it was so many.
It was too many bars.
So much.
Yeah.
Comedy bars in that shit.
Yeah.
I not only I screamed when I watched you fools. I screamed.
I heard Teddy Riley wanted to kick your ass. It's word on the streets.
Well, he wanted to fight Tony Baker
Yeah, for sure.
Why? Why do you want to fight Tony Baker?
He definitely wanted to whoop him.
for about 24 hours. Because Tony was commenting and roasting the fuck out of Ted. And Ted was like, he issued a statement.
He issued a statement.
He was like, man, we do this thing. I'm a legend in this game. But you know, they squashed it. They squashed it the next day. Tony is a fan, so he was like, look, I'm just being a comedian,
Right,
but I don't want to hurt one of my legends. But me and Spice,
Oh yeah, y'all went all the way.
Whatever. Y'all can get these hands.
The praying hands. The praying hands.
and look, I know Teddy got hands too, because I know his seafood. He on that kung fu shit too, but I don't know, it's all in good fun. I ain't tripping on nobody fighting.
I beat Teddy Riley up.
Fight Teddy.
No, I'm I love Teddy. Teddy's one of my mentors. I just felt like that'd be a great. I just felt like that'd be a great soundbite.
It was a good
for the show. Nah, the Tank says he'll fuck Teddy Riley up, and I'm like,
just me mug the camera.
This guy.
And me and Jay got to do a disclaimer. The thoughts and views of fucking Teddy Riley up with Tanks alone.
come on, got some more stuff, Clay.
So yeah, man, like, for people who don't know, right? Like you said, you even just dropped the bar. Niggas don't know you a kung fu master, dog.
I'm not a master. Let me just look.
Well, listen, in the hood,
In the hood.
you know how it go. Any nigga wear them shoes, them karate shoes. Like, leave that nigga alone, dog. He be kicking trees. He just be walking, kicking. For real.
Yeah.
So in the hood, you a kung fu master. I don't care if you took 2 lessons. Niggas be like, man, did you see them niggas come home? He was on the bus.
He had a gi on.
Niggas don't even know what to call
He had
it.
the karate pajamas
He had the
on.
robe and shit on.
I used to wear that shit to school too,
No way.
with the buttons.
To school?
No,
Just to school. While living in Germany,
What?
I was the Bruce
you was out of
Leroy.
Oh, you really was the
the
karate
black-
kid.
Yeah.
No, I
You was
the kung
over there
fu-
in a whole nother
I
country and
had
all
the
shit.
big white cups. And yeah, I had all.
but were you walking?
Wow.
Were you walking through with the hands in like this,
goddamn-
humbly?
Are you fully committed? You fully committed?
I mean, I was always eighth. You know, they knew me as eighth. They just was like,
He different.
that's just eighth.
He different.
Yeah, he You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But mind you, by the time niggas already knew me for like breakdancing and rapping, so they knew I was sane. But when I got into my shit,
I can see you walking through the hall like
and
this.
I had the cuffs,
cuffs.
nigga, I was, you know.
Walking through, and everybody said, "Hey, you just
But why at school? Why?
Why not?
why not?
But why
you
not?
gonna do it?
But why? You know what?
Fuck.
Go
That
big or
is
go
a
home.
Why does
great
he take
answer.
his shirt off everywhere? Why not?
Why not?
If you could do
I'm gonna
it.
tell my wife that. I'm gonna tell my wife that.
Good luck.
She-
Is it becoming a thing?
She'd be like, "Why are you taking your shirt off all the time?"
It's
And
becoming
I'ma
a thing.
It's becoming a
Why not?
No, what you should do in this going forward, should the question pop up again, why are you always taking your shirt off? Just do this. Look at all this goddamn house.
Look at all this. Look at yourself.
This is shirt off money.
This is shirt off money. This is titties on display money, huh?
You single, right?
You goddamn right.
Yep, he gonna be too trying that shit, man.
No.
Well, at least I'm gonna have some cool partners to be single with if it all goes bad.
Gonna get kicked out.
I'm
man.
not gonna- I can't get kicked out of my house, Jay. Let's start there.
Yes, you can. In California, you can. it's different out here, man.
We in California?
It's in California, man. That's why they be trying to get
Look,
to California.
I know his wife. She's a good friend, Zena. You know what you're married.
Don't kick him out.
R&B Money.
These views and statements.
Same nigga that gonna fuck Teddy Riley up.
No. was
He
about
gonna
to
fuck up. Remember the time. He gonna fuck up. Remember the time.
Hey, I was getting ready to say our shared
Okay. My fault. I jumped the gun.
with me and my good brother. These are just shared. Okay? I'm not gonna pull a CBS or ABC and throw it under the bus. We don't share these sentiments.
That nigga gonna be living in the Affion back house.
That's fine. If you don't got room for me. All right, so where does it all begin, man?
Yeah. Give us the big break. What's the big break?
For me, this shit all began in my living room as a kid.
In Germany?
In Germany, babysitting my little sisters, they asleep, and I'm left in the living room watching TV. I just got consumed by that shit. And that's back when they had full-on campaigns on TV saying, don't let your kids watch too much TV. Like, it was a whole thing, the idiot box, and they was coming up with all these phrases. But I was getting charged from that shit. I was looking at TV a whole nother way. It didn't mean the same thing as everyone else. It wasn't mindless time for me.
Okay.
I was looking at angles.
Learning. You were learning.
I was soaking all that shit up. I was listening to dialogue. I was watching characters. I was watching movement. So from that point to doing impressions and being able to mimic people I saw on TV, I used to play music by ear. So that's where my ear came from, to listen to somebody.
What instrument?
Piano. Nice. As like a 5-year-old, I would hear shit on my little Casio and to play the melodies. But yeah, that translated into impressions. But the first big break was Def Comedy Jam. That was the one that got me on television.
You got your Bernie Mac on.
Doing my thing, yeah.
Yeah, no,
that's
funny.
when I got
I remember
bit
that.
by the bug. I was like,
that.
oh shit.
I remember that.
Hosted by Jamie Foxx.
Wow.
My episode.
Wow.
I did the season, it was called the All-Star season. It was the last season. It was in the original theater in New York. And it was All-Star, so everybody hosted one. This is after Martin left, a couple seasons after. They had tried Joe Torre, Ricky Harris.
I remember when Ricky Harris.
They were rotating hosts. I think
Yeah.
Adele Givens maybe. And that last season, they said, let's bring everybody back. So Steve Harvey, Chris Rock, Dave Chappelle, everybody was on there. Latifah even hosted the episode.
Wow.
And the episode that Jamie hosted, I was on there. So that was
That's crazy.
That was my introduction.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, that's super dope, man. So from there though, when you get to a place like the legendary Def Comedy Jam, right?
Yeah. Scared shitless.
Like what are the thoughts though before you go on? Because people don't understand comedy in that aspect, right? And you weren't doing traditional comedy.
No.
Like you was dancing and shit, and you know what I'm saying? It was mixed in.
Well, I've always been a non-conformist.
Okay.
I never did what anyone else did.
Right.
Like when people was when the hood was getting tattoos and earrings and smoking blunts and doing all that shit, I just never wanted to do what everyone else did. It made me different for a while. I was the outcast. I didn't get invited to every house party, whatever.
Right. Well, nigga, you just said you had on a karate. What do you have? Whatever.
Not every day, nigga. I mean,
So when you left Germany, you left.
I had a blue one and a black one.
You left the karate outfit in Germany.
I don't
Nigga,
know
you
what
was wearing that
happened
in
to
America too?
No, I didn't do that. No, nigga, when I got back to the U.S., I was in Fayetteville, North Carolina, all black school.
Oh yeah, it'd have been different.
I mean, there was niggas in Germany too, but
Yeah.
the volume.
Yeah, they would have jumped you just for having the outfit
Just
on.
for being a fucking.
Well, let's
weirdo.
just jump to karate nigga, man.
See what he got.
Yeah, let's see what this nigga.
Let's see what he got. Because to
And
us,
they all had guns.
that's
Like,
the other thing too.
Everybody
though.
had guns.
When we see a nigga with that on, it's kind of like, can I beat him?
Yeah, it's a test.
It's the black community. It's the illest shit.
We like danger. There's something
like-
about us.
we like danger.
We like excitement.
We like danger.
Is it that we like danger, or
No, we like it. We like it.
Well, we're
we-
always followed.
You know
by
some
it.
wild niggas. I know some wild niggas. Bro.
we know some wild, but is it bigger than us liking it? Is it more so of it, the aggression and the thirst for that thing? Is it innate in us?
I think we are.
As a demographic, are we from a soldier standpoint, from a tribal standpoint?
Right.
Is that more naturally our element? Like, think about it. Like when something's going down, we run to it.
Yeah. Wow.
We're like this, what's happening?
Yeah. Especially when we're in that element.
Especially when we're in it.
I had a conversation with somebody where I was telling them, I was like, when I was maybe, I don't know, maybe 11, 12, and we would hear gunshots. We would be trying to find out who was shooting.
Yeah.
So we could go back and have our I said, man, it was crazy. Like, it's the dumbest shit in the world.
Yeah.
As a grown man that I think of now.
Yeah.
Right? But when I'm in that element, I'm 11, 12 years old, and that's just what we damn near baby kids pretty much. We gravitated toward it.
Oh, yeah.
It's the most ridiculous shit ever.
Like, I've been more scared from lesser things than that thing.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
sure.
if I feel like somebody, like I'm about to catch an ass whooping, and I'm like, oh, I don't want to do this today. You know what I mean? I get nervous in that moment, but I've had a dude pull a shotgun on me, and I just looked him in his eye like, if you're going to do it, you're going to do it.
Right.
And I wasn't scared. So I don't know what that thing is. I guess the more heightened the circumstance, it is innate for us to rise to the occasion.
Right.
So
Right. And then the element that, like you said, that we are raised in,
Right.
a lot of it just is what it is. Like, you look out the window, see who's doing it, and then you get back to watching cartoons.
Yeah, them niggas tripping.
that's it. It ain't we gotta move. You know what I'm saying?
just don't go up the
Just
block
don't
for
go
a
through
couple
like
hours.
for a couple hours. It's wild up there right now. You know what I'm saying?
And
So
where
you
I'm
scared?
From, it's a lot of them goddamn.
So you scared shitless at
Def Jam?
Def Comedy Jam.
God, nigga, and you've done stand up, so you understand the. But imagine, see, you've done stand up in a different way. Like you're already successful in one thing, and you're now trying out another skill set, right? Mm-hmm. Imagine stand up is your only thing.
Right. Right.
You're fresh out of school, and you're now in a theater where there's no one's walking around with security guards. Everyone's just kind of floating around. But it's every legend that you've ever fucking admired.
Right. Right.
Wow.
Right.
Chilling on the second level in the balcony, chilling behind the control booth on the first floor,
Right.
chilling backstage by the makeup artist. There's J. Anthony Brown, there's Jamie Foxx, there's Cedric the Entertainer, there's Stan Lathan, there's Russell Simmons, there's
All these people that can change your life.
nigga.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm just like,
And did you know anybody at that point? Had you already kind of did your rounds a little bit?
nah.
Because how were guys getting on Def Comedy Jam?
Bob Sumner. Bob Sumner's the guy.
Okay.
I say that in every interview. Bob Sumner is the talent scout who, I mean, he was more than a talent scout. He was like the glue. He should have been a producer. I don't know if he was or not, but he was Russell and Stan's right-hand dude, and he flew to every club. Every club that wasn't white.
And they just trusted his word. If he say you on, you
He
on.
brought you Bill Bellamy, Chris Tucker, Bernie Mac. He brought everyone to the table. Like, you can't front on his track record of going to find that talent. And of course, people had, their mixed reviews about him as a personality back then, but I understand it. You're the gatekeeper to the biggest stand-up comedy show in the game. You gonna be a little saucy.
No, that's tough. No, it's.
And niggas trying
I
to
tell people
bribe
that.
you to get
I tell
on
people
and
that all
shit.
the time. Whenever you a gatekeeper of anything,
Yeah.
the nigga that lets you in the club,
Yeah.
Has that shit.
he got it on him, and he be
Yeah.
like,
shoulder.
bro,
His
like,
shoulder a little.
like we just want to have a good time. Like, why you on this?
Why you on that?
You know what I'm saying? And don't touch me. Don't touch me.
That's Jay's thing.
Don't touch me.
him.
Mine too.
Like, just don't touch me. Like, we can have all the conversation, but
Come on, bruh.
them niggas always want to do this.
No,
yeah,
yes, the
can everybody
stiff
can just
arms.
get back a little bit because it's getting a little. Like, bro, you not the fire marshal. And when I get in, it's 12 people
It's only 12.
because you want to make the line look crazy outside, bro. Like, come on.
Stop it.
But that gatekeeper, dog, that's a different type of responsibility.
Yeah.
It's a different type. So I get it. I get it.
And he was getting, people trying to bribe him, and
Right.
when he comes to the city, they got hoes for him. It's all kind of shit
Hey, man.
that he has to. There's all kind of shit that he has to manage, but he's the guy. He's the guy that got everybody on that joint. I mean, I'm sure there's some cases that maybe they already knew
Yeah.
somebody.
So you walking into a building, shit, for lack of a better term, butt naked.
New York City.
You butt naked.
City.
In
Yeah.
the 90s.
It's crazy.
This the golden era
That's
of
crazy.
hip hop, and
Yeah.
you know,
And this
you
is all of those things.
all
Def
of those
Comedy
things.
Jam is
you look
all
at
of
the
those
crowd
things.
and you see Def Jam artists, you see Freddie Fox and you see Fab Five Freddie just chilling. Like, it's a different time.
Right.
And the moment can change your life.
Yeah.
So I'm scared shitless, and I'm You know, I go the night before to watch some of the other tapings. And then that night in my room, I didn't sleep. I'm in front of the window overlooking New York City with a fucking, I don't know what the fuck, a toothbrush or something in my hand going over my set. I'm like, Bernie Mac, and I'm gonna get out the car. And then I'm gonna do my Bernie Mac shit, and I'm gonna do my shit. And then I'm gonna do my cartwheel. Oh, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna hit these niggas with the good times dance, the good times pose. I'm gonna hit these niggas. Nigga, I was going over the plays.
Yeah.
Making sure the plays was there. But, and this was my first lesson in don't be flexible. Don't come out with a plan, and when the plan goes awry, you don't know what to do. Because like most young comedians, I'm trying to rely on music. My big opener has to be to this song. Kid Capri, can you play this song? Come out, he plays the wrong goddamn song. So I'm on live television saying, kid, can you play the other song I told you to play? And we're waiting a whole 7 seconds.
Yeah. And this is
everybody is looking at me like this. Like,
and it's also a new kid telling Kid Capri. So it looks like you. It don't look like him at all.
Yeah.
It's like, who's this nigga?
But in retrospect, it was me. It don't matter what this nigga played.
Right.
I'm supposed to get out there and get to it.
Get to it.
Right.
But I picked it up. You know, I found my groove, and they was like, oh, he's creative. The good times paint. So I was able to recover, but it was like, never again, nigga. Now I'm coming out. All right, oh, that ain't work? All right, fuck it. What up, nigga? All right, I see you. Oh, this nigga, look at this goddamn.
Straight to it.
Yeah.
I did that one time.
Where was you at?
I was probably the worst place to do that at. I was in Inglewood at the Savoy.
Chris Spencer's thing?
Yeah.
And you've already sold out the Savoy on music.
I've already sold it out in music, right? So
plenty of times. When they
like people out on the street, floods on the street, right?
Yeah.
But that was also the problem for me in that venue. No, the problem for me in that venue is as soon as I walked on stage,
you felt
it was like, when you gonna sing, nigga? Shit.
Yeah, he felt that.
I was like, hold on, 2 more of those. And then sing something, nigga. Take off your shirt. And I was like, I hate black people. I don't want to perform for black people. They won't let me be great.
Niggas don't care.
What? And we put you in a box like a motherfucker. Hey. Hold on, nigga. You are the backflip guy.
Hey, listen, so the intro was a little off. I was like, man, I don't like the intro. I don't like y'all response. We're going to do this again. I'm going to intro myself. And I tried to do the reintroduce myself. And I came and said, hey, they was like this. All right, okay, all right. And my first joke was aggressive. And was one girl was in the front like, come on, Tank, don't do that. I was like, all right. Okay.
She's talking to you.
She's talking
loudly.
To me. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And so, I don't want to do too much negative crowd work in Inglewood. I was like, because I don't know.
You got to get to your car.
I don't know. I got to get to my car. I don't want to start getting into the weave and you know what I'm saying, the bad outfit. I don't want to start doing
And if I'm
that.
doing comedy for free, I can't afford security here.
You know what I'm saying? So
I'm just out here.
So I didn't bomb. I just didn't do that good.
Listen,
You understand?
I know what you did.
You know what I did?
I've been there.
This is when I knew he loved comedy though. Because me and him talked, right? We talked after. We do that with everything, with music, whatever we own, nigga, movie shit, if it's acting, whatever. And I don't go to all the comedy stuff, right? Because he sometimes I won't even know. He just hit me like, yeah, I just went up in such and such. I'm like, I haven't even heard that city before. How did you get there, right? But I knew he was going up at the Savoy, and I was like, I gotta talk to him after this one, right? Because I want to see, what the vibe was for him, and I could tell in his voice he was like, fuck, this shit didn't go the way I wanted it to go, and I said, so what you gonna do? He said, oh, I'm going back up somewhere else tomorrow. I said, oh, he love it.
Yeah.
I said, he love it.
Yeah.
Because someone who did, because his, I looked at it like in his position of, you've established yourself in his music space, and like you said, as soon as they introduce your name at this point, because you got hit records and people are fans of you, they're screaming because they came to see you.
Right.
Now you're going to do something where they probably came to see somebody else, and you just trying to learn.
Mm-hmm.
But then they still have you are such and such to us in certain places. So when he was just like, oh no, I'm going back up, bro.
It's an ego check for sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
I haven't had that happen to me since Fort Valley State homecoming in 2000.
Hey, bro, you
Is that
remember
story you
shit.
told about your first
Freaky
single?
song? Yeah. That's the last time that happened to me. Yeah. And I was standing up there like this. I really am starting at the beginning. I'm really a baby and an adult. I said, this is awesome.
But see, here's the great thing about that is, well, I don't know how great it is. It just depends on how you built. As a comedian, you're gonna have those shows.
Right.
Comedy is not like, I mean, even musicians have this too, but comedy is just, you gonna face whatever they feeling that day.
Mm-hmm.
And I've had hundreds of those kind of shows. And the only thing you can do, it leaves you with that blood in your mouth. If you really about it, you say, oh, nigga, the next crowd, next stage I hit,
I'm going crazy. Yeah.
I have to get it back.
Got to get it back. Right. Yeah.
You in comedy, you only feel as esteemed as that last show you did.
Mm-hmm.
So it's gonna be either low or very high.
Is there something that would be considered to be a hit record in comedy? Right? Like there's something that because that's the other thing. You guys have to continue to switch up.
It would probably have to be.
You can't perform the same song.
It would have to be. No, they don't.
That's what I'm saying.
Well, what happens is this, is that like, here's what's crazy. Like, and I want to get back to let you answer that question. You know, being on the circuit for, almost 2 years now, the short time that I've been on it, is like listening to guys talk about how the bits that they're doing, they've been doing for like 5, 7, 8 years. And that was strange to me because we do a new song every day. And so I'm like, so you're not writing nothing the night before? And I said, no, I've been trying to perfect this shit for 5 years. That same 15 minutes? Yeah. Like, okay.
But see,
that was strange to me. Like, I'm gonna let you elaborate on all of it. Because how I approach comedy is how I approach music. I'm thinking of it in terms of a project. So I'm building material to build into a project, to record it, get it to the people, and then get to the next artistic piece. And I'm looking to do that in a very short time versus listening to other comedians who've been on the circuit way longer than me talk about how they've been working on the same bits for 5, 6, 7 years. And I don't know what's normal, so I'm just kind of in the space where I'm just creating my own normal or whatever works for me. Like, how do you speak to that in terms of how you build your content and then going back to what is a hit record in comedy?
So similar to you, because I come from music first and dance.
Yeah.
We always looking to create a new move.
Yeah.
So when I started, I was you. I would go to my open mic spot, and this was in Charlotte. So open mic ain't like in LA. It's one club at this time.
Okay.
It's the hottest night in the fucking town. It's Charlotte, so all the Hornets are there, all, pre-Panthers. It's lit.
Right.
Niggas is dressed up.
What year it is? How many years?
I like Charlotte.
This is 94, 95, 96, 97, right? It's the night. Like, what's Anthony Mason be up in that joint? Like, just different stars. And then all the stars from Def Jam is coming through there. So that's the open mic. You get to go on before Earthquake or Cedric or, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And there was no, let me look at my notes while I'm doing, no. You had to perform your shit. So I was conscious of the fact that I'm always back on this same stage. As often as I can be, I want to have a new 5 to 7 every time. That was my process. Always having new shit. Every now and then you'll pull out some, your go-to shit. But I feel like when you got people that's doing the same joke for 5 to 8 years, to me, that's lazy. Because I came back to stand-up 5 years ago, and the stand-up special that I'm about to drop is the third hour in that 5 years.
Right.
I'm refining, I'm recycling, I'm, just making fine-tuning. And again, I'm not saying I'm the best comedian, I'm just saying what works for me.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But no, I understand what you're saying. Like, I think you do have to dig. And if you have something that you know is gold, you should work on it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it takes 5 years, but that's me.
I don't think it does either. But we also come from a space where this is what I also found.
Constantly being creative.
Well, not even constantly being creative. The comfort level of being creative in front of people is different for us coming from being performers before we were comedians.
Yeah.
So I'm okay with being creative on stage, with writing something in my car or watching two guys go before me and say, oh, I need to grab some of that right there. And then going on stage and just getting right to it. Because I'm not shaken by the crowd, the moment. I'm not shaken by that. And growing in the space, I'm not shaken if they don't laugh at that one.
Unless you're in Inglewood.
And that's, well.
My bad, dog.
Inglewood's not laugh is a different not laugh.
Cold-blooded.
My bad, dog.
No unity.
None.
You just shit on your dream. Like part of your dream.
And I went up there.
Shit on the elbow
I went
of
up
your dream.
there with the worst outfit to go up there in. It was like a floral pajama set kind of thing. What? You know what I'm saying? It was in it at the time. And
when?
I can't.
When was that ever in?
But first of all, okay, it was a nice outfit.
Let's go to second
Just
of
the
all,
wrong place.
because I don't know.
Second of all,
that you're gonna be able to justify the first of all.
So here's what happened though. After I finished going on stage, I cannot think of this guy's name. A comedian. He's super dope. He came on after me, and his first 7 minutes were about me and my outfit. And I was sitting there, and it was funny.
Oh, so you didn't leave either?
No, I stayed to endure.
You had to take it.
I had to take it, and I laughed. Laughed. His first 7 minutes were amazing.
About you?
About me. He was like, I remember a little bit. He was like, he's like, Christmas is gonna call me down here to do comedy in Inglewood. I said, I'm not coming all the way down to Inglewood. There's no way I'm coming down to Inglewood. He said, Chris, I need you. He said, you know what? I'll come down to Inglewood, but I need a few things. I got a few conditions. The only way I come down to Inglewood is if you get Tank on stage in a 2-piece pajama set doing comedy, like, nigga, for 7 minutes. I was like,
the giggles.
It's expensive.
Pajama. I got on the Christian Louboutin. Yeah. Babyface was behind me. He said, that took courage. I was like,
wait, Babyface
was there?
Yeah.
You didn't tell me that.
Yeah, he was there.
Oh shit.
Why was Babyface there?
It was somebody's birthday or something that he knew. So he was there. A few other people were there, and they were like, okay, you wow. Bree was there. She went up. She went up and did comedy. She did a set. Her set was fire. Watching her, she killed it. And when I came back and sat down, she was like,
tap you on the knee.
give me the knee. That's like take your time in church.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And that's the ebb and flow of comedy, because whatever happens on that stage, you have to use it.
Yep.
Yeah.
If you're the host, if you're next.
Right. You gotta let niggas
Look,
have it.
I've been the 7-minute nigga where I had to sit back and just eat that, and niggas coming on after me and just roasting my bomb. And then I've been the nigga that, like, y'all ain't had to do the nigga like that.
I watched, who was else on that night? What's my guy? Ashley Larry.
Oh, Donnell Rollins? That nigga is
that nigga funny.
a problem.
That nigga funny.
So I watched Donnell. So listen, I bomb. The guy that comes after me. No, take it back. The guy that comes after me, I didn't bomb. I just didn't do well.
You bomb, bro. You bomb.
I promise it wasn't a bomb because the guy after me bombed.
I'm pretty sure Chris told me you bomb.
No, he didn't take that bomb. The guy after me bombed. Like, it was bad. It was
Wait, this
really
is the
bad.
same night?
Same night.
Okay.
The guy after him is the guy who came and gave me the roast job.
Oh wait, so
I stayed the whole night.
Oh, wow.
What you mean? It was what it was.
It was what it was.
It was what it was.
Yeah, when you go home and you get in your car right after the bomb, you got too much time to think about the bomb. You got to stay and absorb
and so
take it on the chin.
And so Darnell had to go after. I cannot think of his name. He's a monster. How he goes with this guy, and Darnell kind of like bombed, and I was like, oh, but
That's rare.
and so,
since you said that on here, now when he sees this, he gonna.
He was drinking. He had been drinking. He was drunk as a motherfucker.
Yeah, he don't.
No. But then he came to me after the show and was like, "Nigga, that's how this shit goes sometimes, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like you gotta stay. I like what you doing too. I see what you doing. You know what I'm saying? You gotta stay on this shit, nigga. And then you gotta. The nigga was just giving me like 15 minutes full of bars.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Nah, nigga, you need to. And if you need my help, nigga, you come get me, nigga. I know the shit you need, nigga. Like you got some shit, but I know the shit you like. And I was just taking sessions and lessons from these niggas. That's why I stayed.
That's dope.
Yeah.
That's dope.
So I could get the information.
Yeah, I wouldn't have got that. I'd have been on the 405 already.
Leaving Inglewood.
Fuck
You know,
niggas.
you know,
I might have shot 2 times in the air as I was pulling off.
Fuck y'all.
Real quick, just real quick.
Empty the club out real quick, like, man, what? Oh, Tank shot the club up, man.
But seeing Donnell, seeing him in a space where, and let me not say he kind of bombed. He was literally just up there doing him and didn't give a fuck.
Right.
Like, he didn't give a fuck. Like, he ran one joke for like 8 minutes.
I've definitely seen some niggas
one of my
have a
favorite
"this is
comedians.
beneath me" night.
He just didn't
I've seen
give
some niggas at some
a
comedy clubs have that.
fuck. And I
Yeah,
was
just
just,
don't give a
Like, yeah, I
fuck.
don't give a fuck about this little spot, nigga.
period. That's what
Yeah.
that's kind of what he was on.
Yeah,
So to get bars from him like that, and then when I remember my guy, I'm gonna tell you who he was. To get
Yeah.
bars from him, and even Bree, she was supportive. She's like, "This, you gonna be all right. You gonna be all right. I hear what you're doing." You know what I'm saying? Like that was my first moment of, kind of tasting that defeat, and completely understanding, nigga, this is gonna be a long road. This is gonna be a long process to getting to the point to where not even you're just welcome, more than welcome in the space, but that you're respected in the space. You know what I'm saying? And so I said, well, shit, let's get it.
Yeah,
Let's work.
That's dope.
it's all work.
You know what I'm saying?
So
Ain't no shortcuts.
this is another question I have for you. How does it feel to be like the resident light-skinned thug in the movies? How is it that it's like Affion Crockett, Ray, Daquan, like Lester?
Yeah.
Like how? Like when?
What
did
have you
become,
done?
Yeah, what have you done to
I
become
was
that
Akon
guy,
and
bro?
Flick. You know what it is? I'm not a threat to anybody.
Okay.
So they know that I could play the funny thug.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
I'm not that guy that's like at the club trying to be the light skinned hard nigga. You know what I'm saying? I'm not
So
a
you've
threat.
never had cornrows?
No.
It's always funny to see the extra light skin.
I've had dreads, but
yeah,
not-
dreads is different. But the nigga with the cornrows
Yeah, I've
though,
never-
it's like,
I've never.
yeah.
Tyler Perry cornrows?
I missed
Man.
the cornrow.
I hope you never had those.
Nah, I've never had them. You talking about the lace front?
The lace front cornrows?
The Shamar Moores.
The Shamar Moore?
with,
The Shamar Moore package?
with the mesh hairline?
Man, fuck.
Oh, you asked me something about what is
Platinum record.
The platinum
And
Oh
record.
yeah. Shit, we jumped. Yeah.
in stand up or comedy in general.
Comedy in general, like it's
I think-
like what's equivalent to that?
I think that's
Something
a
you could just
successful
go to.
movie. Like when
movie,
you to
okay.
get put on and be
Because if you become a movie star,
yeah, that's
and now you go into a comedy club.
or you have a big stand-up
big
special.
stand-up
right?
special,
Yeah.
yeah.
To me, that's the equivalent of that.
Okay.
And then you know immediately how you've affected the world when you go on tour.
Yeah.
You know exactly when they showing up.
Yeah.
You're like, okay,
Okay.
I made a dent in this thing.
I get it.
Yeah.
Okay. So
But
the
yeah,
thug.
definitely movies.
So you being the
The
thug.
the light skinned
my
resident
God.
thug.
like, how is that for you? Is that's like
I don't even think about it. It's not until you said it that I'm
Yeah.
like, I do play a lot of funny thugs. But
dog? Those
I don't
characters,
know. I
bro,
guess
that
'cause I
just
do
named?
different shit too. But those are, those are some.
And you do shit that sticks when you do those characters.
Because the interesting thing with all of those characters, yes, the one thing that connects them is that yes, the light skinned thug. right? Who's just overly thugged out, goofy, right? But they're not the same person.
Right.
Like Ray Ray and Daquan and Lester are not the same person.
Completely different people.
Which is so interesting to me because it's based around the same thing. And that's a trip to me.
Well, those characters are all from different places. But I think, and this is a blessing, is I have a relatability that thugs fuck with. When the people in the street see you and they say, nigga, that shit you doing, that shit had me and my niggas rolling. When the niggas is in your comedy wavelength, your frequency.
Same thing in music.
When the niggas fuck with you, and again, I thank God for this because I love my people. To be loved by the masses is great, but your people are gonna ride with you the whole way.
Yeah.
They're just gonna ride with you. And so the characters have that through line. It's something about Ray Ray that they just like, yo, this nigga is just, we know he ain't a real gangster, but it's something about him that's like a nigga I know.
I'm about to say, because even as crazy as you go with the character, there is still somebody like that motherfucker.
Yeah.
There's somebody.
I don't care how gangster you is, you still scared of ghosts.
Nigga.
Nigga, shit. That's nigga. Who you are, nigga? Scared of ghosts, nigga.
We have seen the thug nigga flinch.
Yeah.
You know,
And
when
they
a
call-
spider comes,
Yeah,
you know.
yeah.
We've seen it.
No, absolutely.
But yeah, it's a blessing to have that connectivity with the streets.
So what is your build as a comedian? Like, what is your, like, as you scroll through the teachings and the things that you've, the pieces that you've snatched from everywhere to build you?
You saying what
is that?
What are the ingredients?
What are the ingredients?
What are the Eddie Murphy, Martin Lawrence, All Things Wayans in Living Color included.
Wow. Yeah.
Robert Townsend,
Wow.
George Carlin. Like I said, All Things Wayans includes Jim Carrey, right?
For sure.
That's
Sure,
all
sure.
in that.
So is that where like the whole physical comedy for you
100%.
comes from?
Him and Martin.
Yeah.
My wit, the nigga wit that I call it, is Eddie. Eddie was the first guy that was nigga.
For sure.
In the time when niggas
You
weren't.
wasn't supposed to be.
He wasn't
You
supposed to be.
You weren't
Wasn't
supposed to get that
supposed
off.
to be.
Nigga
That
said
goddamn
'cause
Reggie Hammond.
He said because they knew Brooke was gonna get fucked that night.
He said that.
He said it.
They was nervous about me taking Brooke Shields to the awards. They was cool with Mike doing it. But when I was gonna do it, they knew Brooke was gonna get fucked that night. That's
Back
where I
then.
learned. Back in
That's
the
a real
80s,
statement.
nigga.
That's a real statement.
So that's where I got my nigga funny.
Yeah.
Eddie. That's the beginning of it. And then of course there's Bernie Mac, there's Robin Harris, there's, you know, I study goats. Chris Rock is one of my favorites.
Genius.
When I'm on stage, I use the whole stage because of Chris Rock.
Genius.
Hands down.
Yeah.
Who's your favorite?
Stand-up or comedian specifically? My favorite of all time is Eddie. Like, of all time, it's Eddie.
Eddie's my favorite of all time.
But does anyone have a better stand-up than Eddie? In your opinion, this is your opinion.
No. I mean,
Because to me, no one is.
comedy is
no one
subjective, but
It is.
I
It
don't.
is. That's why I
the
said to
man
me.
has 2 specials and he's launched into forever stardom.
Right.
He's the GOAT.
It's hard to even talk against that. You just gotta leave that where it is and
he
talk
don't
about
have
other
no,
stuff.
They don't have a bad one.
Yeah.
Right?
No,
Like everybody got
no.
a questionable one.
Yeah, you gotta leave those there. Leave Eddie there and just talk about everybody else.
He has 2 classics,
Yeah, classics.
right? The guys that have done more than him, you've done so many that you have time to have a bad one.
Okay.
You have the volume to have a bad one.
Okay.
Which I don't knock that either. There's output in that. But this man, some of the most classic movies is Eddie. We're not even talking about the stand-up special.
No, I'm talking
We're talking about Beverly Hills Cop.
discography.
48 Hours,
IMDb.
Harlem Nights,
Absolutely.
Coming to America, Boomerang,
Oscar-worthy
Life.
material.
Right.
Oscar worthy. The Clumps 1 and 2,
Oscar-worthy. What's my other one?
Norbit.
Norbit. You
When he
kidding
plays the
me?
Asian man. Listen,
Come on, man.
he is the GOAT.
He is the
There's no Oscar for comedy though, right?
There needs to be.
There needs to
No, but
be.
I'm just asking. There
No,
isn't,
no.
right?
I think
That's
they're gonna
crazy.
create it at some point.
And
but
they
just
need
gonna give
and they
him
need to
one
retroactively give Eddie Murphy 10
10 of them.
10 of them.
10 of them.
and let all niggas out that got weed charges, since it's legal now.
That's coming.
That's the two
Niggas come
retroactive things I need to happen.
Niggas come home.
But give Eddie his flowers and his motherfucking awards, cause he's better than all of them, man.
Best.
All the ones that they try to, you know.
He's the prototype for everything that I think every comedian is hoping
Everyone
for.
that has
And
come after him has tried to do Eddie.
the only person to push that line, I think, a bit further is Jamie Foxx.
Yeah. Well, he's another.
He's another one of those creatures.
Jamie is
Aliens.
an alien genius.
Yeah.
He's one of my favorites.
One of my favorites.
But again, all things Wayans.
He's
in
my
that-
number two.
Come from it, right?
He's from that.
And
but he's in a class by himself because Jamie has been able to do, and he's the only one that has been able to do what even Eddie wanted to do. And that is be a successful musician, artist.
Yeah.
At the top of every food chain. He has an award.
He has Oscar,
Grammy, Tony, whatever.
Does he have a
what's the
Tony?
television
I wouldn't
award?
be.
What's the
That's
television?
Emmy.
Emmy. His Emmy, Oscar, Grammy, and a bunch of other stuff. He's the
And
greatest entertainer of all time. I always say that.
and there's three people that I say are the best storytellers that I've ever heard. Two I've been around. Bill Cosby, Jamie Foxx, and Charlie Murphy.
Amazing.
Storytelling impeccable.
Charlie Murphy, and I didn't know Charlie Murphy. I didn't get to meet Charlie Murphy, but watching him tell those stories
Oh, that was
on the Chappelle show,
amazing.
that was history, bro.
Well, I'm here to tell you as a friend of
Yeah.
Charlie Murphy.
Yeah.
That's just what he does. I've heard so many stories that will never see the light of day
Right.
because it just
Right,
happens
they can't.
randomly.
No,
He'll
and they
see somebody
can't.
walk by. He'll, man, you know, I saw this motherfucker, man, back in Brooklyn, man. This motherfucker had that same goddamn sweatsuit on, but the thing about it is this nigga had a shower pipe underneath that shit. And he would fuck his hoes with it. What? When you ask him why he had the shower pipe under his jacket and fucked his hoes with it, he said, nigga, 'cause my dick don't work. But I love him. You know what I'm saying?
No,
What?
I know.
What? No.
You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying?
No.
It just is, and to that, like a guy like Charlie Murphy.
There could never be another one of him.
Well, I'm about to speak on like a guy like
one of
Charlie
a kind.
Murphy, a guy like Bernie Mac, guys like that who have funny shit about them already.
Right.
They're already funny without doing comedy. Like you could just
He's just a funny guy.
just
Yeah.
funny guys.
Donnell
Like,
Rollins, that's him.
They just look, as soon as you look at Donnell Rollins, you're like, man, what,
He about to
what's
say
this nigga on?
something.
What is
But Chief, the reason why I said it couldn't be another Charlie though is because he had the cheat code. His brother was the most famous, funniest nigga on the planet,
In the
right? And he
world,
got
in
to
the
just
universe.
be a fly on the
wall,
wall
yeah,
and
yeah.
experience
Yeah.
all the things that Eddie kind of couldn't because he's the star.
He got
But
to
he
really
wasn't even
do-
just a homie.
Yeah.
This is my brother.
Yes, my
brother.
brother. Yeah.
my brother.
I got access.
We going
I got the
everywhere.
real
Nigga
access.
can't-
Yeah.
What
yeah.
you mean? I'm sitting
Eddie's
in a
brother.
meeting. I'm
Yeah.
sitting in the.
Yeah.
I'm fucking Brooke Shields too.
On everything.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like for him,
It was different. Yeah.
yeah.
You're
That's
right.
why when
You're right.
that's why when they did the Chappelle thing, it was so genius because it was his access.
Yeah.
Like
And the beauty in it is that Charlie was his own thing. He was
Right. He wasn't
him and
Eddie.
Eddie
He
looked
was not
just
Eddie.
alike.
Right.
But he's nothing like Eddie.
right.
They nothing like each other. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I also respect about the Wayans family. Them niggas is all,
They all
They're the
different.
coldest. They're the cold. They're,
And
in terms of they're the
Genius on top of
coldest,
genius.
coldest comedic family of all time.
They're like the Wu-Tang.
Yes.
Yeah.
Of all time.
The same way how RZA had every one of the Wu-Tang with their own label deal.
Yeah.
He diversified it.
Jesus
That's
Christ.
how them.
When I watched Marlon Wayans, in the scary movie when he was in the bed by himself and he acted out the ghost raping him.
Oh, that was a haunted house.
Was that haunted house? I screamed. When I say I screamed for about an hour.
I remember when you went to go see that shit. You was like, bro, you got it.
I was like, what is wrong with this?
In the same movie, he fucked a teddy bear. Like he was full on sweating and fucked a teddy bear.
Nigga. And then you got Damon, who was in had funny parts in colors. Give my rabbit. Like
who's also one of the legendary stand-up.
Insane.
Like one of my favorite stand-up comedians of all time.
Keenan Ivory Wayans is
mastermind.
He is literally what saving your family looks like. Right?
He's nepotism done the right way.
What?
Him and Joe Jackson at this point. I mean, Joe.
I'm gonna give it to Keenan. I'm gonna say why. I'm gonna give it to Keenan because Keenan was the person who could create the opportunities, right? Like Joe Jackson created the stars, right? But he wasn't Berry Gordy though.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? So
I got you.
Keenan Ivory Wayans is Joe Jackson and Berry Gordy.
All in one.
All in one.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the way they all operate, like whoever has a network TV show, you're gonna see 8 Wayans names as writer,
Period.
music
On the grip, whatever.
Grip, stand-in, guest star.
Nobody's done it like them.
That's Nobody
has.
If nobody watches that and sees that, there's a blueprint.
And it's his brainchild. It's from him.
1,000%.
That's incredible. And the fact that I think I was watching it randomly. Was it Raw or Delirious that he wrote on?
Raw. Him and
is it Robert Townsend?
Him and Robert Townsend. They co-wrote the sketch in the beginning. But I mean, being around Eddie at that time, you know how we tag each other's joke. Yeah. I'm sure that they had some more input in that.
But to see their names on that was like
on Raw.
Shit.
On Raw.
Yeah.
Raw?
This is different.
And then not to mention Hollywood Shuffle. Like Robert Townsend was in his bag. In his Partners in Crime sketch show, man, where John Witherspoon came from, and a whole lot of other. David Allen Greer, I think, was on it a couple times.
Who is a monster.
Monster. We've been blessed, man. We've been blessed to have some.
We were blessed because comedy, or in terms of the people I think who are getting on in the comedic space today, it's different.
It's different.
Yeah.
It's way different.
That's actually a segue into me wanting to know your thoughts on Insta-Comedy.
I just had a panel discussion today with
about Insta-Comedy?
Not Insta-Comedy, but with DC Youngfly. He and I were on the same panel. And I always say it like this. I don't care what the platform or the era. There's good niggas and there's garbage niggas. Right?
Fair enough.
So when it comes to the Insta, social media, and people like, that shit ain't real, they cheating. It's too simple. They're not really doing, they ain't put in the time and the work. If that was the mentality that prevailed in the 70s, we wouldn't have hip hop. Because all them bands, all them 70s bands that new music theory
a part of it was their mentality though.
No, but what I'm saying is if it would have succeeded and they were able to shut down these niggas that's taking our records and saying words over our shit.
Got it.
This hippity hop, they cheat.
Got it.
We learned them instruments.
Got it.
How you gonna take my vinyl and you gonna say some bullshit over it?
Got it.
You know what I mean?
There was a lot of OGs that was mad.
They were mad. But what I'm saying is, I'm not gonna be that nigga now that's overlooking the next wave of hip hop.
Whatever it is.
Whatever this social media shit is. Get involved.
Right. Well, I think you did that. You did get involved.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's my mentality. It's like, I'm gonna get involved.
But for me,
and
like,
be good.
Right.
When I got into comedy, during the Insta-Comedy era, I didn't want to be Insta funny. I wanted to be able to go into a bar with 7 people and make them laugh, because that's how the comedians that I appreciate got it.
Yeah.
And so I felt like there was a piece of that foundation that I wanted to connect to, a step that I didn't want to skip.
Just personally.
Just personally. You know what I mean? I wanted to connect to that.
For sure.
Because I just thought, that's how greatness was defined to me. Because those are the people that I grew up under. And I'm not mad at the Insta-Funny. I get it. And you're smart for taking
Adapting,
it, adapting and running with it.
But here's the thing. As with music, right? Mm-hmm. The greatest ones in hip hop come from music. Nas' dad was a jazz musician.
Right.
Rakim dad, jazz musician.
Yeah.
Dr. Dre, he plays shit. Like the ones that still want to go learn the foundation of music.
Really perfecting their craft.
Really perfecting, they're the ones that's gonna be around for a long fucking time and have been around for decades. So you are cut from that cloth. I am cut from that cloth. Like we're not Insta-Funny already. We are already niggas that got the tools to get on stage and perform. We know how to move a crowd, right? We're just using Instagram as an extra platform to add to our arsenal.
Absolutely.
It's not all we have. You know what I mean? But what I say about that is get involved. Like get involved, don't shun it. Don't look at these niggas that you think is not funny and they're on Instagram doing comedy. Some of them niggas is hilarious.
No, for sure.
It's up to them to want to take it further.
And just for me as a consumer or a fan even, there are certain pages that I just go to. I want to see what the new posts are.
That's how I found Spice Adams.
Right, what the new post of this guy, from a Spice Adams to a Ha Davis
Tony
to a
Baker,
DC Young Fly,
But
Tony
Tony's
Baker.
a traditional comedian though.
You know what I mean? Or like when B. Simone and them was doing all of they skits and, you know what I'm saying?
Pretty
Like
V, Desi Banks be having me hollering with his
so,
thug nigga shit.
Like, there's something to that.
Yeah.
And it's very important for us. You know what I mean? Like because maybe this I'm not a comedian, so I wouldn't know. So I'm gonna ask you, someone being able to get something off like that in a minute seems harder to me, because it's not like they can really drag the joke out and it's no, what the punchline type of thing. It's more so like you can edit, but making something funny in a minute is hard though, bro.
No, it's not, because you gotta think about it like this.
I feel like it's better.
It's like doing theater versus doing a TV show.
Okay. You can edit it. You can edit the TV
When you
show.
when you doing theater,
You gotta get it off. Yeah, you can't.
one and done.
Yeah.
You got your lines right now.
Yeah.
There is no break character. There is no do-over. You get to curate that 1 minute that you're creating on Instagram. You get to, I don't like that one. Nah, let me get to this faster. Oh, there it is. You get to show people. Is that it? That ain't it?
Yep.
What I need to do? Oh, shit. Okay. There's the editing process to getting a good take for Instagram versus getting on that stage at the Laugh Factory or in Inglewood.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Up to no good.
up to
That's real.
And it is
Look,
what it is.
It always boils down to you gotta know how to do it all. You know what I mean? You can't just be a sprinter. You gotta get some marathon endurance in your lungs. You know, I can get on stage for an hour 20 and be comfortable in that.
Yeah.
I'm endured for that hour. I know what that's like. I've done back-to-back hours in the same night, right? I can get on and do a 15-second reel on IG and get up, do a dance move or character, or me and Spice can get on and improv for a whole fucking hour and a half.
Yeah.
Whatever it is, I'm comfortable because I've taken the time to play in all of those
you built up.
arenas.
You built
You
up.
build your foundation in them joints. If you limited to just a minute or 15 seconds,
Yeah.
and you talk about you want to be a star and you want to expand,
Therein
and you
lies
ain't
the
got
problem.
none of the other training up under you,
Yeah, therein lies the problem.
don't pull up on leg day and try to squat that goddamn 350 or whatever the fuck that
do
shit
it.
is. Don't you goddamn
Do it.
get on stage talking about you gonna headline.
Okay.
An hour?
Yeah.
You from this? You just all you did before?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Okay. While your boys get high.
All right. okay. Shit. But I respect the niggas that respect it. Desi, I've done shows with him. He's funny. But he's learning. He's admittedly learning.
Yeah.
DC Young Fly, that nigga got it. But he's humble. He's still always studying and learning. I respect them young niggas that say, all right, I know the platform that I came up on allowed me to get it out faster and sooner, but
I gotta do the work.
I respect these OGs that I don't wanna, cheapen the arena of comedy.
Yeah. Now I thought it was really cool when Martin was doing what he was doing with the Youngs. And I guess he was hosting, but he had like B. Simone and a couple of other like young comedians.
Okay, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because for somebody like Martin, he don't gotta do that shit.
No.
You know what I'm saying? So for him to, introduce at
he
that level.
He pulled up to my stand-up special. Salute to the God.
Did he?
Wow.
Nigga.
That's dope.
It's in there.
That's dope,
It made the cut.
Yeah.
He made the cut.
I had to pay homage.
The camera on him.
Yeah.
I had to pay homage.
Wow.
That's one of my big heroes.
So what is the next?
Daquan and Roscoe Jenkins was back in the same building, huh?
Yeah.
What is
Daquan.
What is
Daquan.
what is the
Daquan.
next?
Right.
What is the next Def Comedy Jam moment?
What do you mean? For me or
Period.
for the culture?
Is that possible?
Here's the thing. It is possible. I would say to a degree, Wild 'N Out was that for me. When
Wild 'N Out's a great
Wild 'N Out's
moment.
great show.
you get
Yeah.
Great moment
when
in
you
Black
get a
history.
bunch of raw, hungry comedians together on the same stage, especially when we first started. I mean, that's me, D-Ray, Corey Holcomb, Cat Williams.
Cat Williams.
Wow.
Cat Williams.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Oh, yeah.
that's
Yeah. Now he had some dogs on there.
we was them guys, right? And then now Chico Bean, Carlos Miller, DC Young Fly, like them niggas is animals. They really know they shit.
Yeah. Now Tank did it. Tank did.
Yeah,
Tank did,
I saw his
Yeah.
episode. But to me, that is this generation's version of Def Comedy Jam that has a longer span. People will be like, it's not the same anymore. Fuck all of that.
Right.
Where else are you gonna see a show with comedy and rap perfectly fused together? Like niggas is coming on there putting their careers on. Snoop is on there, trading raps with comedians.
Right. Right.
PNB Rock, whoever, like Lupe Fiasco, Vic Mensa, Tank. Like for me, that's our version of Def Comedy Jam, but there can always be another one. It's just about the industry getting the fuck out the way and us saying, all right, now we're not gonna keep letting them tell us what's funny and what's not. We're not gonna wait for the green light. It takes somebody daring to say, I'm gonna create this.
I'm gonna shoot this shit. I'm create and shoot it, and then if I need to partner with it, I partner.
Period. So it can be one.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, Affion, we're not gonna keep you forever. I mean, you're welcome to stay in the guest room.
Appreciate you, man.
Jay has a special segment of this show that he likes to,
Yeah.
He likes to call upon our guests to be a part of.
Especially someone, of your travels.
Well traveled.
Well traveled. Any nigga in Germany with a karate suit on.
I mean, he's
I've done some things.
got to have a story.
That's a different level. It's a different level, man. You're the first person I ever met like that. You the real life karate kid.
Yeah.
He bleed on the inside. Him.
Riding man.
Only bleed on the inside.
Affion.
I cannot fight. Let's just be clear.
Okay. All right, I hear you.
All right.
Yeah, all right.
Before somebody
Hey. So of all your travels, man, so we have a segment of the show. It's called I Ain't Saying No Names. And the story can either be funny or fucked up. But you can't use the people name. And you can give some, you can give some inklings on who it might be by the way you tell the story, so the people could be trying to figure this shit out, but you cannot say their names. I ain't saying no names.
I'm gonna just say this right here. There's a nigga, if I said his name, I think y'all would run. But when I describe him, y'all gonna know exactly what I'm talking about.
Okay.
This is a guy who has his face wrapped on Vans, and he always in a Phantom or something. I seen the nigga have billboards around town.
Yes.
And
Nigga's a legend.
he's got every bandana from every culture, and he wraps it in the front, like Aunt Jemima Pock. And
Jemima Pop. Why are you kidding me?
and he's got photos with Mike Jacks. He's every fucking where. and he gets out on the red carpet with the adornments.
Yes, all of it.
He's high waves. And the paps be like, who's
Amazing energy. Amazing energy.
amazing energy. Knows everybody.
I'm always happy to see it.
To this day, I don't know what the fuck he does. I've always heard that he was an artist. I never heard a goddamn song. But the freshest, newest Phantom,
All of it.
Bentley Coupe, hovercraft. I'm just saying, these niggas exist, and I ain't saying no names, but that's, I don't know if you call that a story. But this
It's been on your mind.
He's a
It's been on your mind.
he's a notorious one
It's great.
in this town.
The way you just articulated that would probably be the way all of us would have articulated that.
Nigga, I'm sweating. Cause you know who I'm talking about.
Listen, a lovely brother.
I mean, Spirit is amazing.
A lovely brother. He floats when he walks.
Yes.
It's always blessings.
It's always. And conversations always eye to eye.
It's great energy.
Sincere.
Not a bad thing in the world can be said about it.
No.
There are only questions that can be asked. What do you do? Who do you know?
He knows everybody.
Everybody.
He knows everybody.
I'm talking about if Obama's in town, he's gonna be right next to him.
Yeah.
I've seen him in places that I couldn't get into him. How? Who are you? Where?
This is going to be part of our Unsolved Mysteries segment of the R&B
I
Money podcast.
I knew when I started detailing.
As soon as you started, he was gone as soon as you started.
Yeah.
Everybody.
Okay, look, I got one more. I'm gonna leave y'all with one more.
Okay. I'll get to that.
I'm just leave y'all with one more because
that wasn't a damn story.
It was though.
it is.
It was
Because
it was great.
I have personal interactions with the guy. Great energy.
Right.
We've been in many parking lots and hands is moving.
It's always a parking lot.
It's always a parking lot.
Because it's always a whip too, though.
It's
It's always an amazing whip.
always standing outside the hovercraft.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
There's always a plan. Let me get your number because ... Ellipses, right? So it was a story, goddammit, J Valentine. The other story.
Nigga always say my whole name like I'm in trouble too. He does it to me, dog, all the time.
I do it all the time.
Instagram, everything.
On live.
J Valentine.
J Valentine, shut the fuck
J
up.
Valentine
J
to the principal's office. J Valentine.
Domestic
to the principal's
Valentine. But no, there's a, I'm not even gonna say the profession, but y'all already gonna know. There's a cat that, you know, I call it the shoulders is always moving. And, you know, got the new, you know, I'm gonna show you the key. I'm gonna put the key on the table while we just getting a burger. Yeah, I'm gonna put the Lamborghini key right.
Man, I already know shit. God damn it.
Always signaling for shit. And it's like, all right, I know you getting it, but are you getting it?
The Lambo killed.
Cause I know niggas that do what you do and ain't moving. The shoulders don't move as much as yours do. But your shoulders be, I mean, saying, right? So that's all I'm gonna say. I ain't saying no name.
Hey man.
Cause if I say any more, I'm gonna get a text. I'm gonna get a text.
Hey man, you have the most different and peculiar, I ain't saying no name segment
Ever.
I present scenarios.
Yes.
Not even
I
scenarios.
present scenarios.
Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, this has been the R&B Money podcast. Our brother Affion in the building,
thank you,
man.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming through
Scenario.
and rocking with your partners. I'm Tank. I was about to say I'm J Valentine, but clearly I'm not. I have a hat on. This is my hair, okay? This is what I'm
See
doing.
what happened when you hang out with me for a little bit?
Yeah, this is, you know what I'm saying? I got to
Grow your hair back.
I got like 3.5 waves, you know what I'm saying?
It's gone.
Fucking around with the Valentine.
gone.
I'm Tank, and this is J Valentine. We are the authorities on R&B music. It's been R&B Money Podcast. We out.
R&B